48. Most people say they want to be rich, but when you look at their habits, they're doing the exact opposite of what actually builds wealth. They spend everything they make, chase quick wins, and wonder why they're stuck living paycheck to paycheck. The truth is, getting rich isn't about luck. It's about doing a few key things consistently over time. You don't need to win the lottery. 8, you don't need to invent the next iPhone. You just need to follow the principles that the wealthy already use every single day. 8. And if you're serious about building real wealth, there are 4 things you absolutely must do. The very first thing you need to do if you want to get rich is to master the art of saving and investing early. Most people overlook this because it doesn't sound exciting. They'd rather talk about the next hot business idea or the crypto coin that's going to moon. But the truth is, wealth is rarely built on hype. It's built on discipline, patience, and the magic of compounding. Saving and investing early isn't just about putting money aside. It's about creating a system where your money works for you, even while you sleep. Let's start with saving. Saving gives you security. Without savings, you're always one emergency away from being broke. Think about it. If your car breaks down, if you lose your job, or if you suddenly need medical treatment, do you have enough money tucked away to cover it? If not, you'll be forced into debt, and debt is the enemy of wealth. A proper savings plan builds a safety net so that when life throws challenges at you, you can handle them without wrecking your financial future. But saving alone won't make you rich. It keeps you safe, but it doesn't grow your money. That's where investing comes in. Investing is the step that takes you from simply having money to multiplying it. The earlier you start, the more powerful compounding becomes. Compounding is when your money earns interest, and then that interest earns interest. Over time, this snowballs into something far bigger than what you started with. For example, if you invest just $300 a month from the age of 20, by the time you're 60, you could be sitting on well over $1 million without ever winning the lottery or starting a massive business. All you did was start early and stay consistent. The problem is most people wait too long. They tell themselves, I'll start investing when I earn more money, or I'll think about it later when I'm older. But time is the biggest advantage you have, not money. A young person investing small amounts can easily end up richer than someone who starts late with large amounts. Why? Because compounding needs time to work. 8, the earlier you begin, the harder your money works for you. Now, when it comes to investing, you don't need to complicate things. Too many beginners get caught up in trying to pick the perfect stock or time the market. The wealthy know that consistency beats timing. Putting your money into broad index funds, real estate, or proven long-term assets will, over decades, outperform most people who are constantly chasing quick wins. The key is to automate it. Set up a system where a portion of your income goes straight into investments before you even get the chance to spend it. Treat it like a bill you can't skip. That way, you're building wealth in the background without constantly having to rely on discipline. 8, another important thing is mindset. Saving and investing early requires you to think long term, which is tough in a world that's obsessed with instant gratification. 8, everyone wants results right now. But the truth is, wealth grows slowly and then suddenly. For years it might feel like nothing is happening, but then compounding kicks in and the growth becomes massive. That's why patience is so powerful. If you can stick to the plan and not panic when markets go up and down, you'll be ahead of 90% of people who give up too soon. So, mastering the art of saving and investing early isn't just about money, it's about freedom. 48. When you have savings, you're not stressed about emergencies. When you have investments, you're not chained to your job forever. You're giving yourself choices, and choices are the real definition of wealth. The sooner you start, the sooner you put yourself on the path to financial independence. And if you really want to get rich, this is the foundation you can't skip. The second thing you need to do if you want to get rich is to build multiple streams of income. Relying on a single paycheck is one of the most dangerous financial positions you can be in, because no matter how good your job is, you're always one decision away from losing it. Maybe your company downsizes, maybe technology replaces your role, or maybe your boss just doesn't like you. 8. Whatever the case, if you only have one income stream, you're vulnerable. Wealthy people don't leave their financial security in the hands of a single employer or a single business. They create multiple ways for money to flow into their life so that if one dries up, the others keep them afloat. Think about it like this. One stream of income is like balancing on one leg. Sure, you might be steady for a while, but the moment something knocks you off balance, you fall. But if you have 3 or 4 legs of support, like a table, it takes a lot more to knock you down. That's exactly what multiple streams of income do for your finances. They give you stability, security, and the ability to build wealth much faster. Now, creating multiple income streams doesn't mean working 4 jobs at once. That's just trading more time for money, and it'll eventually burn you out. The smart way to do it is by combining active income and passive income. Active income comes from things you directly work on, like your career, business, or freelancing. Passive income, on the other hand, comes from assets that continue to pay you even when you're not actively working. Things like rental properties, dividends from stocks, royalties from books or content, or online businesses that generate sales while you sleep. The goal is to build passive income strong enough to eventually cover your lifestyle so you're no longer relying on working hours to survive. In today's world, it's easier than ever to create additional streams of income. The internet has leveled the playing field. You can start a side hustle online with almost no money up front, whether it's drop shipping, digital products, freelancing, or content creation. You can learn skills like coding, design, or copywriting that allow you to earn extra income outside of your main job. You can start investing in dividend-paying stocks or real estate crowdfunding platforms that give you a steady cash flow. The opportunities are endless if you're willing to put in the work at the start. The truth is, the wealthy think differently. They see money as seeds, not just a paycheck. Every time they earn, they ask themselves, how can I use this to create another stream of income? Instead of buying liabilities that drain their bank accounts, they buy or build assets that keep paying them over and over again. That's how they grow their wealth exponentially. There's also a mindset shift needed here. Many people say, I don't have time for another income stream. But the reality is, you don't have time not to. If your only source of income collapses tomorrow, what's your plan? The earlier you start building, the more secure your financial future will be. Even if it's something small, like making 100 a month online, that's still a start. Over time, those small streams add up and grow into rivers. What's powerful about multiple streams of income is not just the money, but the freedom it gives you. When you're no longer dependent on one paycheck. 48, you stop living in fear. You can negotiate better at your job because you're not desperate to keep it. You can take risks in business because you're not terrified of failure. You can walk away from toxic situations because you have other options. That's true financial power, and it only comes when you diversify your income. So if you want to get rich, don't rely on one source of money. Start creating multiple streams now. It won't happen overnight, but step by step, side hustle by side hustle, investment by investment. 8, you'll build a system where money keeps flowing to you from different directions. And when that happens, you'll have the kind of security and wealth that most people only dream of. The third thing you need to do if you want to get rich is to master the art of investing. Earning money is one part of the equation, but if you don't know how to grow it, you'll always be stuck in the cycle of working for every pound or dollar you have. The wealthy don't just work hard for money, they make money work hard for them. That's the real difference. Every pound you earn can either disappear through spending or become a soldier that goes out, works for you, and brings back more. The choice is yours. Investing can sound intimidating, especially if you're a beginner, but it doesn't have to be. The key is to understand the fundamentals and start small. 8. Many people avoid investing because they're afraid of losing money, but ironically, by not investing, they're guaranteeing they'll lose money over time to inflation. Cash sitting in a savings account isn't safe. It's silently losing value every single year. 8. That's why the wealthy put their money into assets that grow faster than inflation, such as stocks, real estate, and businesses. Now, one of the smartest strategies for beginners is to focus on long-term investing rather than chasing quick wins. Too many people fall into the trap of trying to time the market or jumping on hype trends. They want to double their money overnight, and that usually ends in disaster. Instead, steady, consistent investing into proven assets is how real wealth is built. For example, putting money into index funds or ETFs allows you to own a small piece of the world's biggest companies without needing to pick individual winners. Over time, these investments compound, meaning your money starts earning money, and then that money earns even more. Compounding is one of the most powerful forces in finance, and the earlier you start, the more dramatic the results. Real estate is another proven wealth building vehicle. Owning rental properties, for instance, gives you two benefits: passive income from tenants and long-term appreciation of the property itself. It's a way of building cash flow while also holding an asset that typically grows in value. The beauty of real estate is that you can use leverage, other people's money, like a mortgage, to buy an asset that works for you. But of course, you have to be smart and not overextend yourself. Diversification is also critical when investing. Never put all your money in one place. Markets can crash, industries can fail, and businesses can go bankrupt. But if your wealth is spread across multiple asset classes and industries, you protect yourself from losing everything at once. Think of it as not putting all your eggs in one basket. Wealthy people don't gamble, they build portfolios that balance risk and reward. Another important part of investing is mindset. Many people think of investing as something you do when you're already rich, but the reality is you get rich by investing. Even if you're only able to put away a small amount each month, the consistency matters more than the amount in the beginning. Over time, the snowball effect kicks in. 8. And those small investments turn into something much bigger. Patience is key. Education plays a massive role too. You don't have to become a financial expert overnight, but you do need to learn the basics. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch videos, and follow credible investors who have a track record of success. The more you understand, 8, the less emotional you'll be when the market goes up and down. Emotional investing, panic selling when things drop, or getting greedy when things rise is what destroys wealth. Discipline and knowledge are what protect it. Ultimately, investing isn't about getting lucky. It's about being strategic, consistent, and long-term focused. It's about putting your money into assets that will grow and pay you rather than wasting it on things that lose value the moment you buy them. If you can master investing, you move from working for money to having money work for you. That shift is what separates the wealthy from everyone else. So, if you want to be rich, don't just focus on earning and saving, learn how to invest. Start small, stay consistent, diversify, and be patient. Over time, your money will multiply 8, and you'll be shocked at how powerful compounding can be when you let time do the heavy lifting. One of the biggest traps people fall into when they start making more money is lifestyle creep. It happens so subtly that most don't even notice it. You get a raise, a bonus, or maybe your side hustle starts paying off, and instead of putting that extra income to work, you start spending more. You upgrade your car, move into a bigger house, buy nicer clothes, eat at more expensive restaurants. And before you know it, the extra income is gone. You're earning more than ever, 8, but your bank account looks the same and your investments aren't growing. That's because every time your income goes up, your expenses go up right alongside it. 8, this is the silent wealth killer. The truth is, wealth isn't about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep and how much you grow. Plenty of people earn 6 figures and still live paycheck to paycheck because they let lifestyle creep control their decisions. On the other hand, there are people with modest incomes who become wealthy because they consistently save, invest, and avoid unnecessary spending. The difference comes down to discipline. The wealthy understand that the road to financial freedom requires resisting the temptation to inflate your lifestyle with every pay rise. They might enjoy luxuries, but they only do it once their investments can pay for those luxuries without denting their wealth. That's the golden rule. Let your assets buy your luxuries, not your paycheck. For example, instead of buying a brand new car the moment they can afford it, they invest that money, let it grow, and then use the returns to pay for the car. This way, the wealth keeps growing and the lifestyle upgrade doesn't come at the expense of their financial future. This doesn't mean you should never enjoy your money. Life isn't about depriving yourself. It's about balance and priorities. 8. The problem comes when people confuse wants with needs and spend money to impress others. That's where financial progress stops. Every pound spent on status symbols is a pound that could have been invested in an asset that generates more income. If you want to be wealthy, 48, you need to delay gratification. That means being content with living below your means while building your wealth, so that later you can live far above your means without stress. Another important part of avoiding lifestyle creep is creating systems that keep you accountable. Automating your savings and investments is a great way to do this. The moment money hits your account, 8, a portion should automatically go into investments before you even have the chance to spend it. If you wait until the end of the month to see what's left, 8, there usually won't be much left. Paying yourself first is the habit that guarantees you're always building wealth, no matter what lifestyle temptations come your way. It's also helpful to set clear financial goals. If you know exactly what you're working towards, whether it's financial independence, owning property, or building a £1 million investment portfolio, it becomes easier to resist impulsive spending. Goals give you direction and make you think twice before blowing money on something that doesn't bring long-term value. Mindset plays a massive role here too. People who stay broke often see money as something to spend. People who get rich see money as a tool to create freedom. Shifting your mindset from consumer to investor is essential if you want to escape the cycle of lifestyle creep. Before every purchase, ask yourself, is this helping me get closer to financial freedom, or is it taking me further away? That one question can change everything. At the end of the day, 8. Managing lifestyle creep is about control. You either control your money or your money controls you. If you can develop the discipline to live below your means, the 48, invest the difference and let your wealth grow, you'll eventually reach a point where you can afford anything you want without worrying about the price tag. But if you chase every luxury, as soon as you earn a bit more, you'll never truly get rich. You'll just look rich until the money runs out. The people who build lasting wealth know that true success isn't about how flashy your life looks today. It's about the freedom you have tomorrow. And the only way to guarantee that freedom is by protecting your money from lifestyle creep and letting your wealth compound over time. That's the path to real, lasting riches.